Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our morning get-together live here on Facebook, where we exchange information. I share headlines from our city, our state, and our country. You contribute questions, ideas, and suggestions, how we can best enjoy our time here in Puerto Vallarta as a community of English-speaking locals. So as far as I'm concerned, it's a win-win. I love being here with you every morning. And of course, today is Saturday, January 7, all day long. It's the beginning of the weekend for me, so I'm really excited to be here. I'm excited to share some news, although most of the news today continue to be about that unfortunate incident that took place in Culiacán yesterday. But we have other things to share, and we have a little teachable moment that I am just so excited about. Music, as you know, talking about music makes me giddy, and I'm just glowing. I can't wait to get to that part of the broadcast. But first, let us welcome everyone this morning, and particularly those of you that are watching live for the first time, if that is the case. Just let us know by writing the word new in your comment, and we will give you a nice little welcome. If there's something really important that you wish to share with everyone, can you tell I just want to get to the music? If there's something really important that you want to talk about this morning, please add a capital letter Q to your comment, and we'll get to it during the comment section. So, let's get going, because I'm just itching to talk about music today. Okay, so again, we don't have to, but we might as well follow up on what happened in Culiacán yesterday. According to Cristobal Castañeda, Secretary of Security for the state of Sinaloa, things are back to normal today after the capture of El Chapo Guzmán's son yesterday in Culiacán. No additional violent incidents happened through yesterday afternoon and evening. Stores are open this morning. Airports in Culiacán and Mazatlan are open. Buses seem to be operating normally. And although authorities remain in alert mode, no additional violence is expected to take place as a result of the capture. That said, of course, this doesn't mean it is all over. General Luis Crescencio Sandoval, who's the Federal Secretary of National Defense, informed in a press conference that a total of 29 people were killed during the operative yesterday. 10 of them were members of the Mexican army and 19 were members of the cartel. Fortunately, this time around, no civilians were killed in the operative. Also, in addition to having captured Ovidio Guzmán, son of El Chapo Guzmán, authorities also detained an additional 21 people presumed to be members of the cartel. And of course, There's also the issue of damages caused to businesses to the tune of 900 million pesos. Businesses where violent acts took place or near places where violent acts took place. Not to mention the stolen vehicles that were set on fire at different parts of the city. This took a big toll on the city of Culiacán's economy. And who knows who is going to fork that bill and how and when. Ovidio Guzmán will not be immediately extradited to the United States, as some people suspected, thanks to his legal team and a judge, a Mexican judge, that temporarily suspended the extradition. Meanwhile, U.S. President Joe Biden arrives on Monday, and the White House has indicated that one of the talking points in his mind as he approaches this summit with Justin Trudeau and Mexico's López Obrador is the traffic of fentanyl. So it'll be interesting to follow the national news. In terms of local news, there was really not that much to share this morning. There was the obligatory Mayor Michel dispensing or sharing pieces of Rosca de Reyes and toys with children and so forth and so on. But again, most of the media has been focusing on this very important and regrettable incident in Culiacán. But we do have a bit of news from the federal government. In other news, Mexico's federal government has agreed to purchase Mexicana Airlines next month for 816.7 million pesos. The purchase will allow for the resolution of pending labor disputes between airline workers and the company, which have been going on for 12 years, unresolved issues. And the purchase, of course, will also provide the government a brand and an airline to be run by the Secretary of Defense. We had indicated previously that the government is looking to put the presidential plane, which is just sitting in a hangar, to good use by turning it to a passenger plane. As we know, the federal government has been trying to get rid of this monstrosity ever since López Obrador came into office, and it hasn't happened. Why? Because the previous president made it so fracking luxurious, nobody wants to pay for the darn thing. So maybe in the future, you could be flying in an uber luxurious plane and not even know that it is a presidential plane. But what do we know? What do we know? We know the weather. So let's take a look at our weather for this weekend. Today is a perfect day to start a second family in another town. Now, I have no idea what that is in reference to, but now I'm curious to go back and look at my international news just to see where this is coming from, or maybe it's totally random. What is not totally random is our weather forecast. In our weather, right now we're enjoying 26 degrees, 78 degrees Fahrenheit. Humidity is low at 46%, and that sounds just lovely to me. And of course, our weather forecast for today says clear through the day with a high of 29 and a low of 18. Tomorrow, Sunday, will be clear through the day again with a high of 29 and a low of 18. And we begin our week with yet another clear day, a high of 30 and a low of 17. Why are we going into the 30s? We're supposed to be enjoying winter, cool weather, and I hope we continue to do so. So, now that we have gotten rid of the nasty stuff, I want to tell you that yesterday I had a wonderful afternoon going through a rabbit hole that I am familiar with, but I went there again. And all of this is thanks to this video that the YouTube gods sent my way. And I would like to spend some time talking about this, if you don't mind. If you are a member of Coffee and Headlines, you already received the link to the video so that you could watch it ahead of time. If you're not a member, you will see the video in the show notes today. What is this video about? Well, this is the cover photo of the video, and the title of the video is Gautier Capuçon plays Les Parapluies de Cherbourg by Michel Legrand. or he plays The Umbrellas of Cherbourg by composer Michel Legrand. So let us unpack this statement into three different sections. First of all, who is this dude? Gautier Capuçon is a renowned award-winning French cellist. He is 42, which means he's a little bit too young to be my future ex-husband. Or maybe not, I don't know. He has recorded the popular cello concerti in the classical repertoire, most of the concerti that we know and love, along with a number of chamber works. I was not familiar with him, I must say, but I was happy to hear him play. And Albert is correct. He is a hunk. So he is the cellist. And then we know that the video is a composition by the wonderful, the unique, the one-of-a-kind, the absolutely fantastic late Michel Legrand. He was a French musical composer, arranger, conductor, jazz pianist. He was so prolific, having written over 200 film and television scores, in addition to many songs, some of which you know quite well, and you don't even know it, because a lot of the original French lyrics to his songs have been translated to English, most notably by Irving and Marilyn Bergman, the acclaimed songwriters, lyricists rather, from New York City. And many of his songs have become part of the standard jazz repertoire. I once gave a lecture on his music, and it was so much fun to watch people react to it and say, oh, I know that song. Well, yes, Legrand is absolutely amazing. So what was the cellist playing? Well, he was playing the theme from the Les Parapluies de Cherbourg, or the Umbrellas of Cherbourg, and this is the meat and potatoes of what we're talking about today. The Umbrellas of Cherbourg is a 1964 musical romantic drama film which was written and directed by Jacques Demy. And of course, it features wonderful music and lyrics by Michel Legrand. It stars the beautiful Catherine Deneuve, and along with her, it stars Nino Castelnuovo. Now, there are so many things that make this film super special and fundamental for anybody to watch, if you haven't watched it yet. For starters, it was filmed in Technicolor, which makes its colors just beautiful, punchy, saturated, very much in accordance to the time. Now, if you see that this set, this photograph, has fruit that matches sweaters, that matches the paper on the wall, the wallpaper, and then there's some rags hanging in the background that also match the color of the wallpaper, along with these oranges. These are all related colors, and this is no coincidence. Director Jacques Demy worked very closely with his costume and set designers so that the colors of the clothes worn by the actors match the color of the set, immersing viewers in a sort of fashion-rich and delicious fantasy land. But the one characteristic that sets aside Umbrellas from other musical films is the dialogue. Why? Because there is no dialogue. That's right. The film has absolutely no dialogue. It is completely sung through. This is a tradition that comes from the opera, where everything that happens in an opera is sung. You don't see opera stars, well, in traditional opera, you don't see opera stars talking, having conversations. Everything that they have to communicate is done through song. Now, this tradition eventually permeated into the musical stage, primarily with the works of Andrew Lloyd Webber and Tim Rice. All these big musicals that Lloyd Webber has written, like The Phantom of the Opera, Evita, and so forth and so on, they don't have any dialogue either. And there are other musicals, such as Rent, that has the same characteristic. These are sung-through musicals, and Umbrellas is a sung-through film. which doesn't sound all that innovative today, but back in 1964, when the movie was made and released, everybody thought the director was absolutely crazy. The whole score is sung in French, so if you don't know French, you have to rely on subtitles, and not everybody likes to be reading subtitles. Now, back to the video. Back to the video that you're going to enjoy in your show notes today. A couple of things make this brand new arrangement for cello and orchestra absolutely breathtaking. First of all, after the introduction, you will most likely recognize the melody of the song, particularly if you are fond of singers like Connie Francis, Frank Sinatra, or Astrid Gilberto. All of them have recorded the song in English, and the song gets performed frequently by cabaret singers and other jazz vocalists. So if you've heard the song before and you associate the song with these very swinging versions of it, you'll probably wonder, why on earth is the arrangement on the video so dramatic? Well, it is dramatic because it pays tribute to the original love story of the film, which just has this devastating ending, which I'm not going to give away. But again, I watched this new video yesterday, and it sent me down this rabbit hole of Michel Legrand music. And of course, the film, I don't know where it can be enjoyed unless you find it illegally. But Umbrellas is an absolutely must-watch film. At some point, it was turned into a musical. Like, there was a version of it that was performed in concert with Michel Legrand conducting the orchestra. This happened in Paris, and there's a recording of that as well. In any event, I cannot tell you how much this music is important. Michel Legrand, as a composer, he was just amazing. I remember before he died, he was scheduled to do a tour through America, and I contemplated the possibility of flying to Montreal just to see him perform or conduct live. And unfortunately, he passed away. I could have gone to see him, but he passed away. Not in my heart, and certainly not in my musical taste, and not in my musical memory. In any event, I truly, truly hope you will enjoy this. And if at any point in time you have the opportunity to get close to his music or close to this particular film, you will enjoy it. One more thing that I want to share with you, in case you don't have any plans. Two more things. Ooh, I have two things to share. In case you don't have any plans tonight is opening night for my dear friend Zoe Lewis. She's back in town, back in the groove. She's going to be performing at Encanto tonight, and I understand there's a birthday to be celebrated as well. I'm going to be there, and if you have nothing else to do, 7:30, you can count on amazing music and storytelling going on tonight at Encanto. And of course, we have now created a Facebook event for our upcoming meet and greet, which as usual will take place at Whiskey Kitchen. This time around, it'll be on Friday, January 20th from 6 to 8. And the best bit of news, Gina has followed up on Amy Armstrong's kind offer to play for us during the meet and greet, and Amy has confirmed. That's right. Amy will be at the meet and greet to perform for all of us. So I am really, really excited about that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Moving right along, let's take a quick look at the chit chat and see what you guys are thinking about on this beautiful Saturday. Let me turn off my own volume because I want to hear the happy music. There you go. I say good mornings, and that makes me happy. Good mornings to all of you. Karen says, thanks for the video clip you emailed to members last night. Well, Karen, I hope you will go again. You will go and enjoy it again now that you have this added context for the music. The performance, the cellist just captured the romantic essence of the music, and of course, some of you may recognize the song. Let's see. Oh no, Judy has been sick for a week and a half. I hope you are feeling better. Let's see what else we have. Lots of good mornings. Oh dear, somebody's reporting on high waves and saying that they were having problems doing the beachside tables at Cuates y Cuetes. That must be because there were high waves out there. Let's see. Oh, Lucas, today is an extra special day indeed. I am excited to see my mountain friends today. And Luisa, oh my God, Luisa, you are just so fabulous. Luisa and her Chachalaca gang, they're taking the tequila train in Guadalajara, from Guadalajara City to the town of Tequila. I've always wanted to do that trip. It's very touristy and it's probably expensive, but I've always wanted to do it primarily because, well, I love trains and I enjoy tequila, so there is no way to go wrong with that one. Let's see what else we have. Kathy, this COVID thing stinks indeed. It is so nice to think that we don't have to worry about it anymore, and then all of a sudden, boom. Take a deep breath, my friend. Take a deep breath. Let's see what else. Grateful to have 5 vaccines on board. You know, I've started to have conversations with friends that there have been no follow-up vaccines in Mexico. The Mexican government has not announced any more boosters or any more anything. So I just hope that all of you who have access to further vaccination opportunities are getting updated vaccines and whatnot. I'm not even keeping track of what's available and what's not. Albert got tickets for Amy on the 21st. That's exciting. As you know, we have our meeting on the 20th. And then on the 21st, some of us are going to go see Amy Armstrong do her Ouid show at Nacho Daddy. If you want to join us, we've been publishing this on the show notes. So you can take a look at the link where you can go and find out how to purchase your own ticket. Then I am looking at your comments on the music. Those of you that have already heard it, thank you very much for your comments. And I hope for those of you that will acquaint yourselves, hopefully, with the video today, you will enjoy the music that we talked about. Rita says, this Catherine Deneuve, Be Still My Heart. Well, the film was just stunning. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it is absolutely wonderful. And Mateo is coming to Puerto Vallarta. He's arriving from Mexico City in 5 days. I look forward to seeing you, dear friend, and talk about music and all kinds of wonderful things. And let's see what else. Mateo also contributes. The ending of Umbrellas always turns me into un mar de lágrimas, which literally translates into a sea of tears. Yes, it is a sad ending, but it's just a beautiful film. Where is Encanto? Where is Encanto? Encanto is in Colonia Emiliano Zapata. Need to purchase tickets ahead of tonight's show? Well, it wouldn't hurt if you did. It's an opening night, so it might be rather crowded. I am going to be putting the show notes, the link in the show notes, but as I'm saying that, I'm thinking that right after the broadcast today, I'm going to dash out the door for a very special mission, and I won't be publishing the show notes until later on today. So if you wish to go see Zoe Lewis tonight, and I thoroughly recommend her show, kindly go to the Encanto website and purchase tickets there to ensure that you will be able to get a good seat. Brian, just watch yourselves because if you drink too much tequila on the train, you might get train sick. No, seriously, take a lot of photos, and I can't wait for the stories you guys are gonna bring back. And I don't know if you have been to Guadalajara before. I always love to hear stories from first-time travelers to Guadalajara. Um, I apologize, Paco. For some reason, I am unable to access show notes. Oh, I don't see why or how, but let me tell you how easy it is to do so. Let me start my web browser. All you have to do is, no, not that. All you have to do is go to your favorite web browser and enter www.paco-ojeda.com. And right on the website, you find, well, first of all, you find information about the maps that we publish, information of why your support matters, a quick link to some of our walking tours, although all of that is now being upgraded. And then right here are all the show notes for all the broadcasts that we produce. Going back to the very, very early beginning, if I click on yesterday's, for example, you will find all the headlines. Well, first of all, you will find the YouTube video for yesterday. And then you find all the headlines that we discussed yesterday. And then you find all the leisurely stuff that we discussed yesterday. And oftentimes we have reminders of things that are coming up. So enjoying and finding the show notes is that simple. And in case you don't know what the website link is, it is published automatically at the beginning of each broadcast on the comments. So Spencer, I don't know where you're getting stuck, but I hope this information is helpful to you and for others that may be having problems with it. For those of you in the States, Umbrellas of Cherbourg is available on HBO Max. I have HBO down here, so now I'm curious to see if the film is available through HBO Mexico to watch it again. Anyhow, that's the end of today's broadcast. Thank you very much for joining me. Thank you very much for enjoying these musical insights. Music appreciation lectures are coming back. I might as well just put it out there. I'm going to make big announcements about this on Tuesday. So if you enjoyed my musings about music of one style or another, just imagine what it's like when we can do it in person and have videos that we can actually play and enjoy together without worrying about copyright strikes, not to mention the occasional live musical guest. All this is coming back finally after 2 years of pandemic, more than 3 years of not doing them. I can't wait. But not now. Now, go out there, enjoy your weekend, have a great time, and I will see you again on Monday.